friends, welcome to PRS Commerce Media. Today in this video, I have brought forward you how you need to write an exam and how you need to manage your time in an exam hall and how you need to be prepared for an exam. I am going to discuss with in this video, and I am also going to discuss few of the problems are faced by my students while writing an exam. So I am going to discuss about those problems, how you need to overcome that. So please see this video from starting to an end so that you'll get an idea that how you need to be prepared for your annual exam and how you need to manage your time in annual exam. As you know friends, annual exams are coming near, so especially this video is made for my dear commerce students who are writing a board exam for the second PU. So firstly and foremostly I want to say all the best for your exams, and let me start the topic what today I am going to discuss in this video. Students, as soon as you go to write an exam hall, usually the students will not be writing the exam in their own college. When they write a board exam, they need to go for another college, and when you see that campus and all, you will be feeling a tension, and many friends will be there. Not only your classmates will be there, there will be many other college students will be coming to write an exam, and by seeing that you people may be feeling some kind of tension, and because it's the first day you will be feeling a kind of tense when you go to an exam hall. So I request my dear students, when you go to an exam hall, be in a peace mind, and whatever you read, keep in your mind and go to an exam hall, and all the best for your exam. Few of my students who are going to write a board exam, they are facing some problems. So I am going to ask one by one the problem what the students are going to face in an exam hall. So first I am going to ask my student the first problem what she is going to face. So how I need to recall the answer in the exam hall if I forget. This was a problem faced by one of my students. So I am going to say the solution for this problem, how you need to recall in the exam hall. So my sincere request to my dear students is that please, as soon as you see the question paper, you will be getting a tense, but first whichever the question you know, first you write down all the questions, and later on you keep which question you are not coming, you keep at last. At last, when you have the time, you try to read that question once again and find out from which chapter the question has come. So then when you come to know that the question has been related to this chapter, then you recall that what all the topics are being explained about that chapter in a class, and whatever the points you know about the topic, please write those points in your answer sheet in the form of paragraph instead of writing in the points. For example, they may be asking the characteristics of the management or the principles of the management. You may not be able to recall the answer. You may be able to recall only one point. At that time, you know in the paragraph what is the answer is there. So whatever the answer you know, please don't write in the point. You write in the paragraph in the exam, so that for 6 marks at least you will be able to score 3 marks, and it will help for you to increase your score in an annual exam. So how the second problem faced by my student is how she need to improve her handwriting in an exam hall. There is no problem that while writing in an exam, if your handwriting is going, when you are writing it fastly, if the handwriting is bad, it's okay. But whatever the handwriting you write in an exam hall, it should be readable and it should be understandable by an examiner or a evaluator. That means whatever the answer you have written, that should be an accurate, and if it is been readable, that is enough. It is nowhere mentioned in an examination rule that you need to write a neat handwriting in the exam. If you know the concept, if you write in an understandable way, a readable way by an examiner, the examiner will give a full marks for your answer, and no worries that your marks will be cutted for an handwriting. And the third problem faced by one of my students is that how she need to manage the time in exam hall. So I am going to say that how you need to manage the time in exam hall. As you know that in the exam hall only 2 hours 45 minutes has been given for you to write an exam. So I request the student, first to write the first and foremost in the answer sheet that you need to manage in the C. You need to write an answer in the sequence form, that is part A, part B, part C and part D. For part A, part B, you may not take a more time because it will be for 1 marks and 2 marks questions. MCQ, fill in the blanks, match the following. So you need to complete this MCQ 1 marks questions within a 15 minutes, and later on for another 15 minutes you need to write a 2 marks questions. Then half an hour will be covered, and in 1 hour you can cover a 4 marks questions, and there you will be able to cover 1.5 hour of your exam timing will be finished, and remaining 1 hour you can use to write a long answer such as 6 marks questions and 8 marks questions. 6 marks in case of economics questions, and in case of business studies you will be writing 8 marks questions. And if you are going to write an accountancy paper, the first and foremost thing is that you need to solve the 6 marks problem first, and in order to solve the 6 marks problem it may take 2 or 3 minutes, and if you go for the 12 marks problem it may take 8 to 10 minutes to solve one problem. And usually in the accountancy you need to solve 3 12 marks question and 6 3 marks question. If you cover out this timing, and remaining timing you can use to write the theory questions for 1 marks and 2 marks in accountancy paper. Most of my students, the fourth problem which has been faced by my students is, lot of my students are striking out their answer as soon as they write in the exam hall. They may do some mistakes while writing an answer, they may strike out. So the strikeout thing will be done, and this strikeout, whatever they made in an answer sheet may give a bad impression on an examiner while making an evaluation. So I request the students, when you feel that your answer is wrong, don't strike out the answer with your pen. Instead of that, you can take a pencil and a scale and put a 1 line as a strike, so that an examiner, when you see the answer sheet, he may feel that very happy that even the strikeout is been done neatly, and he may give the full marks even though you have done a strikeout in the answer for 4 marks or 6 marks question. So this is the fourth problem, how you need to overcome. And the fifth problem is, some of my students may not be able to maintain the speed when they are writing in an exam hall. They may not be able to cover the timing because of their speed is very slow and the handwriting writing is very slow. At that time, my sincere request for the students is that to overcome this problem, first you need to read the question paper for first 15 minutes. As soon as you get a points in your mind for 4 marks or a 6 marks, whatever the points you will be getting, you can write that points first in a 1 word in a last answer sheet. The last page of your answer sheet with a pencil, if you write 1 word, at the time of writing 4 marks and 8 marks or 6 marks in an exam hall, the time will be saved, because for recall purpose, we need not waste more time to write an answer. Instead of that, your time will be covered there. As soon as you see that point, that word, you will get you will be able to recall the entire answer. By this way, your the remembrance also will increase, and your time also will be saved, and you can cover within 2 hours 45 minutes. You will be able to write entire 80 marks answer. Till now I discussed about what are the problems which are going to be faced by the students. Now, and even I have given the solution how you need to overcome those problems. And now now I am going to explain you some tips how you need to write in an exam, how you need to present your answer sheet in the neat form. I am going to give some tricks or the tips for you. The first and foremost tip is that when you write in the answer sheet, the answers, please you write in the sequence form. That your answer should be in the sequence form when you present in the answer sheet. In the part A, if there is 5 questions, you need to write entire 5 questions in the first page only, and the second page part B, part C. In that way only, in the sequence form only you need to write. Because when you write in the sequence form answer, the evaluator will feel that your answer sheet will be feel very attractive, and he may give a full marks for your answers. And you may not be able to remember 1 or 2 questions. At that time, you can leave the place and you go for the next question, and at the end of an exam you can remember and can write that answer for 1 mark or 2 marks question, where you may need to leave only 1 line or a 2 line for that answers. And this is related to the sequence of questions, how you need to present. The second one is that when you write a long answers, that is you are going to write for 4 marks or a 6 marks or 8 marks questions, please write while you're presenting the answer, please give an introduction about the topic, then you need to explain in the points, and then you need to give the conclusion. When you add these 3 points in your 6 marks and 8 marks question for economics and business studies, it will help you to score out of out marks for an exam. And the third and foremost thing is that don't use the short forms while writing an answer. For example, if you are writing and, you are putting an and mark, and if you are writing the between, you are using B bar W, and if it is that is, if you are writing I bar E. So don't use the shortcuts. When you use the shortcuts, evaluator or examiner may we may give a bad impression on the answer sheet, and he may not be able to give you a full marks for your answers. And the next tip is that if you are answering the question of differences, and the next point is that if you are writing any difference between questions, if they have asked, for example, if they have asked the difference between employee and employer, so at that time you need to fold the paper into, fold the paper and make a two division, part A and part B. In part A, if you are explaining employee, in part B you need to explain about employer. At that time, when you are writing a difference, when you write first difference, you need to leave first line, one line, and you need to write the second difference. If you leave one line after one difference, it will give a good impression on an examiner, and you may get a full marks for that difference questions. And in the same way, the most important point is that if you are writing a points in your 4 marks or 6 marks or 8 marks questions, please underline the main important word in the point, so that as soon as if that point is being read, an examiner or evaluator should in his mind it should come to know that a student know about the topic, and he may be able to give a full marks for your long answers, that is for 8 marks and 6 marks and 4 marks questions. And the last but the least point is that if you are presenting the answer in the numerical forms, for example, for the commerce students, if you are writing the answers in accountancy, when you present an answer in accountancy, if they have asked, for example, if they have asked for 6 marks a product method, a question on interest on drawings, you need to clearly specify the steps. What are the steps you need to follow in order to write an exam, and what the answer you get, the numerical answer what you get, you need to write in the box, so that when you write in the box, the examiner will directly see the answer, and if the answer is correct, he will put the tick and he see the above steps, and he may give the full marks 6 out of 6. In the same way for 12 marks also, he may give 12 out of 12. Thank you. Have a nice day.